What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I got my guys in here today. I got Clayton in here. I got Jay
and the villain.
My man. Yeah, man. Let me see. Let me do I'm gonna do a check, a sound check real quick.
It looked right on cue. He lit up his background. That was nice.
Yes. That's nice. What I need a producer, man, so I can have that kind of stuff going on over here. No doubt.
Jim, you ever think about starting your own channel, man?
I like rolling with you guys.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
that's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. And I don't know how to play fantasy football, bro. That's why I never responded to that.
Yeah, and see,
it's confusing to me, man.
Yeah. It was a thought.
No, it seems fun. Like, that's a great idea. I just don't know how to play.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, and so I'm going to throw this out there to the chat to see if anyone on the chat wants to join. If we put a league together, would retro stylists join and be on the fantasy football with us?
Yeah,
because I know King Carlson and maybe Time and some of those guys that jump in and compete with us.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Good morning, Retro. Welcome back. Appreciate you coming back.
Yes, good morning, Retro. Appreciate the inspiration on your channel. Yeah.
No, that wasn't a rave. That was me just playing around with my with my video.
Yeah.
So we are gonna get into like some preseason football, you know, and things like that. You know, some other things that probably come up. But yesterday when we had a discussion about some of the things that players say, right, that kind of go against like the fans and stuff, that made me. I was thinking like I want to look at it from like the coaches' point of view, and like because sometimes a lot of the coaches in the WNBA and at the college ranks, when you talk about female coaches, they have sort of like, in most cases, a contentious relationship with like media and fans. We, as the media and the fans, we seem to second guess these female coaches more so than we probably will a lot of times the men coaches. It seems like when it comes to female coaches, and it's almost like a us against the world type mentality. When it, you know what I mean? What's up, Tump? What's good?
Gentlemen, what's happening, man? I'm trying to get this thing to act right.
Yeah, you get more tires.
More tires?
Yeah, look like you're in a tire spot.
Man, let me tell, first of all, what's up, brothers? Let me tell y'all this, man. Was up here, y'all remember, I was up here a couple of weeks ago. Since I got these tires, man, one and went flat.
Whoa.
These brand new tires. One and went flat. Another one I done lost air pressure in. So I said, man, I brought it up here. I said, man, y'all got to tell me what's happening with this, man. I said, either y'all going to give me 4 new tires or y'all going to give me some money back or something, man. So they dealing with it now. Y'all just got up here. So they dealing with it now, man. But how y'all doing, man? Everybody good?
Yeah, we doing good.
All good.
Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully everything get worked out for you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, boy. Missed you last week, brother.
Yeah. We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, boy, out there moving the city around, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, I do. They need you, bro.
Yeah. Look, everybody going shopping for school.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody going shopping for school. You know.
Hey, Tunk. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
You right about that, bro. You right about that, man. And sometimes, man, things are too good to be true because I got a good deal on them. I got some Pirellis, and I got a good deal. So you figure, man, like something might go. It might.
What's the other tire that's real good? Yokohamas.
Yokes, they good. What came off it was some Goodyears, but the good years were higher. So they had a sale on the Pirellis.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was coming to get good years put back on it, but they had a sale on the Pirelli, so I got them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. So Tom, before you tuned in, we was talking about. I was telling the guys about the contentious relationships like between the media, the fans, and female coaches, and at the college rank and in the WNBA. How they seem to more so get second guessed and more. They take a little bit more, in my opinion. They take more criticism sometimes than like what the men take.
Yeah, I
Or
get that.
if these women have like a like if their attitude is, say, like if you have a female who, like, take for instance Dawn Staley, and people would say that she's more combative, whereas though somebody like a male coach wouldn't get that type of criticism, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so my thing is, like, I want to know, like, how y'all feel about stuff like that when the women coaches get treated for doing the same thing. They just get treated differently than the men coaches. Or do y'all think there's even any difference in the way they get treated?
I don't.
You don't think it's a difference?
No, I mean, it's a difference in how they get treated because of, the gender thing, because, you want all the women to be soft spoken and docile and, tread lightly and things like that. Whereas though a man coach is almost expected. I mean, even going back to the days of Woody Hayes and Bo Schembler, you know what I'm saying, back in Ohio State, Michigan days and stuff like that. Of course, the Bobby Knights. And then there was another college coach, man. I cannot think of his name, but this guy was wow, man.
You
This
talking
guy,
about Bear Bryant?
You talking about Woody.
what's his name?
Woody
Hayes.
his name? Woody Hayes.
Woody Hayes. Yeah. He the one that punched the player on the side. Yeah.
Okay. That was okay. Cause I thought Bear Bryant had that type of incident too, where he grabbed a kid's face mask.
Yeah. And didn't Bo Schembler did something like that too, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, back in those days, it was common for those coaches to get physical with their players and stuff like that, right? That wasn't unheard of. Right. And so even when you fast forward to like the Bobby Knight era, you had Bobby Knight, Dick Cheney, with the Temple Owls. Those guys were
John Cheney. Yeah. John Cheney.
I don't know why I said Dick Cheney. Yeah, you're right.
John Cheney.
John Cheney.
They coached hard, man. They coached hard. It's just a different era now, man. It's just a different era, man. You know what I mean? Big John Thompson, he used to coach hard too. Yeah, he used to coach hard too, man. So it, like I say, it was accepted for men. Women, nah, they don't like that.
Right.
They don't like that.
And so, and Retro said, like Woody Hayes' first job was at her high school. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Kent, welcome to the chat. Kent.
He was a tyrant.
Yeah.
But I mean,
not Pokey. Kim, what did you already say?
Going back to your question though, right? With the fans and the relationship, like, isn't it fans' nature to second guess every coach, for their team, like especially when things aren't going right? Like, I'm not so sure it's a difference between the men and women.
Well, and sometimes, and I can sense, like, in a tone, like sometimes even us, we think that we know because we are men even more than some of the female coaches, right? I can kind of get that tone from sometimes some people's responses or their comments when they're talking about female coaches, because sometimes men think that, like, women don't know as much as they know. And so my whole thing is, when you talk about coaches like Cheryl Reeves, Becky Hammond, and what's the lady, and Sandy, the lady named Sandy up in New York, right? Right, yeah. All these women, they're excellent coaches, and they know their X's and O's, and they know the sport. They know how to motivate their players and stuff like that. And I just don't think that they really get, people just take for granted because they women and don't treat them the same way.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't think so?
well, that thought never even came to my mind. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like me
But you do
personally,
know,
I just,
but you do know,
both, huh?
I'm saying that thought never entered your mind, right? But you are the exception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Most guys think that, oh man, she don't know what she's talking about. She don't know.
I can't,
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mansplaining is a thing for sure.
Right. No
But I think it's a product of ego. Like, so I think some of these women can have ego just like men can have ego. I think
Sure.
it depends on the archetype of a person, what type of personality type it is. I think you do have some coaches, female coaches, that get respect because of how they present themselves, and I think some get questioned because how they present themselves. Like just me personally, I think
Yeah.
Now, let me
yeah, I
ask,
don't know, but I mean,
and let me
yeah,
ask
it's
you a question.
interesting. Hmm?
I'm asking all the guys a question. For a female coach, a Dawn Staley, a Becky Hammond, for them to coach the men, if they was to, crossover and coach a men's team, be it college or professional, do you think they have to be more in your face, more aggressive, type of coach to have success?
I think they have to establish the authority a lot quicker. But any coach is going to have to establish authority, right? So there may be that extra component of what Mike was talking about, where a young man might not respect a female coach. Like, hey, I don't know that she knows what she's thinking. So if she comes in and establishes authority and takes control, I think she could do fine. But I think I again, this is just a man's perspective. But I think any coach has to come in and establish authority and respect, and this is my way, and this is what we're going to do, and not allow anything to kind of bubble up.
I think they would be. I agree with that. I agree with that, Jim. But I would think they also would be challenged more. They would be challenged more by male players than they would be if they were a male coach. You understand what I'm saying? I think it would be challenged more, second guess, question. You know what I'm saying? I think that would. So like you say, they really would have to come in and swing the big hammer early on. But I still would think there would be some little pushback. I think it would be a little pushback. Like you say, especially if they're not having success right away, like Clayton alluded to, you know what I'm saying? The fans, you know what I mean? There'd be a lot of pressure with that.
The window of success would be a lot smaller.
You guys are talking to somebody that had a female coach when I played football. She was one of our assistant coaches, and she was one of my favorite coaches I've ever had in my life. She knew the game. I was a running back. She advised me well. She wasn't boisterous. She wasn't like trying to. She had our respect. So I really had that experience, and I never even thought twice about it.
Was she stern? Was she stern? Clayton, was she stern?
She wasn't stern, but she presented herself in a way that you wouldn't disrespect her because she carried herself like she was just all about football. She loved the game. You know what I mean? And I remember on the trip, we took a trip, we went down Florida to play. And on that bus ride, I started experiencing some anxiety and stuff. And not only was she good enough to be a coach and guide us, but she also had that nurturing thing. She helped me with my anxiety, so it was
That's gonna
interesting.
come with it. That's gonna come with that package. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's gonna come with that package.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do somebody have like a TV or something playing in the background?
I think it's where I'm at. It's
trying to try to shot.
Okay.
You picking it up, Mike?
Yeah, I was picking it up.
Let me try to turn my volume down, son. So
Yeah,
you
as
might
long
not.
as it's got no music, I think I'm all
You
right.
ain't, you got any earphones, Tunk?
Yeah, I left him home.
Because
I left him
they
home,
would
man.
cancel all that out.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
you're right.
But
Let
yeah.
me ask y'all: do y'all think that like these women? Do they feel like any minority would feel like I got to do better, I got to try harder, I have to perform better in this male driven industry? Then like is that kind of pressure? What do y'all think about that kind of pressure that these women feel, and could that be contributing to why they have contentious relationships with like the media?
Yeah, I think that. I think, and I don't know if every women's coach want to coach men. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if, you know what I'm saying. I don't think every women's coach out there ultimate goal is to coach. You know what I mean, men. I don't think that's what it is, but I think it's you have to because a lot of people doubt you, so it's an added pressure to try to prove that you're a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's added pressure with that.
Yeah, I agree. I
Do
definitely.
y'all think do y'all think it's a women's coach that's close to coaching the men? They was talking about Becky Hammond at one time,
Mm-hmm.
but they said she needed to be in that top seat before they
Yeah,
would hire her to come across, you know what I'm saying, on the
yeah.
men's side. So that's why she took that Las Vegas job in part. I ain't gonna say that's the only reason, but you know what I mean, in part. But
I don't think the barrier is the capability, the knowledge, or the skill. I think the barrier is still going to be the people's perception of it, right? Because I think there's plenty of knowledge and skill and capability,
Mm.
X's and O's and motivation that is genderless, right? But if you go back and think about all of the female firsts in male sports, talking about like having refs, people made a big deal out of it, and there
right.
was a controversy, and the first female NFL ref, and people giving their opinion. It wasn't the capability. It wasn't you know the controversy was people's opinion.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
MLB just did that, Jeff. You know, MLB just did that yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. Yeah,
Yeah.
the first female ump. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
it's, but as far as the reps in the NFL, it's a second that's not even a thought anymore.
No,
Yeah.
not anymore. Not anymore. It's not even a talking point anymore.
Mm.
Nope.
At least in the
Nope.
media, you don't know, what's said in locker rooms and things like that. But
Right.
like mainstream media, they don't even mention it.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure how close they are, but New York Knicks reportedly was interested in Don Staley. So,
That's
Yeah,
I don't,
you know.
yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I
no.
don't know how close it is, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that was just for show or if it was legit. But, she did get interviewed, right?
Mm. I think they did bring her in for an interview. I'm not sure. I
I
know.
think you're right, but I still think that was for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree with you. Retro said, she said it. She put it in the chat also that the Knicks were talking about, Don Stanley. She also
Mm,
said that she's not really a fan of Don Stanley. Um,
mm.
She not a
and
fan.
yeah, she's not a
Yeah,
fan of Don Stanley.
I know why she's not a fan. Because South Carolina beat Iowa in the championship. That's why. Retro is a Clarkie, dear to her heart.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah, I
Mhm.
think I agree with Jim though when he say that like as far as like knowing the X's and O's and
Yeah.
being a motivator, I think that I don't I think I just really like watching these women like Kim Mulkey, Carolyn Peck, Becky Hammond, Cheryl Reese. It's just obvious that these women they know their sport, they know their stuff. So
And then you gotta remember who's at the top of the pyramid.
mhm.
These owners,
Yeah,
these billionaire owners. They're chauvinistic. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want. Some of them don't want no woman running their team. You know, running their franchise too. So you know, don't discount that. Don't discount that.
I also think it might be some locker. I also think it might be some locker room issues too.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I'm sure you can set it up where it's not a thing, but you know, you're talking about male athletes, locker room showers, like all that stuff that has to come into play.
Let me ask you this, because you have Gino Oriama, who coaches, you know, a woman. Like, where would the locker room issue come with those? You know what I mean?
Facts.
What you get? You over there smiling like a kid.
You're right, Mike. You're right.
Yeah. So that's the double standard. You know what I mean? Like men are allowed to coach these women, you know, at every level, but then the women, you know, they can't. They're not allowed to do the same thing. So it's a double standard there.
And that might not be the case, Mike. That was just a thought that ran through my head. That might not.
But no, that's an argument that I've heard other people present.
Right, that's a legitimate. That's a legitimate point, though. Yeah, that's a legitimate point.
Yeah, that's an argument that you know, people definitely present when it comes to that. Yeah. Let me see what. Welcome to the chat, Kent.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
He's a clocky for sure too. He definitely a clocky for sure. And you know what I want? We spoke before we came on air about Becky Hammond, right?
Yeah.
And is she safe with the Las Vegas Aces with the season that they have and over there? I think their record is like around about 500. I'm
not sure if they're still 500, Mike. I think they're below that now.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
They're 17.
You're making a good point.
Huh?
They're 17 and 14.
Are they?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But see, this the point I was making. That they said she needed the head coach experience before she could go over and, you know, coach the men. Because, you know, she was a hot name a couple seasons ago, right? But you go over and coach the women and they not having the team success that you would think they would have. Does that hurt our chances? Does that hurt our chances about, you know, crossing over and coaching the men? As she didn't have success as a head coach, you know what I mean, in the WNBA. You know, they say she need that experience, then she go over and then they not having the success that they thought they would have. You know, then they say, well, she not as good as maybe we thought she was, you know. So
right.
Yeah.
That's and that leads to because people think that league is less than, you know, like even men who coach the females, it's hard for them to move up from the WNBA like to be a coach of the NBA because they see that league as less than. So
you know, I know that
use that against her.
I know they was highlighting the assistant coach on Indiana Pacers during the championship run. That female, they were saying she was very intricate to that team's success, the X's and O's, the players love her, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so
I remember her too. Yeah, they was highlighting her a lot too. So maybe she might be the one who'll be able to break through and get a get an NBA.
Maybe. But but going back to the Becky Hammond thing, like we was talking offline, man, it's like, I'm really like, is she really a great coach? Like, or is it just that, you know, when you get that Pop cosign and you got all these talented players? I think last year the team was comprised of at least 4 Olympians on her team alone, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so how great is she? You know, that's my question. And you know, I know she's safe because she got championships, but I'm not so sure she's that great. Because to me,
that's the
what
question.
I like. I consider a great coach when you take somebody like Mike Tomlin that's had lesser talent and still managed to get the most out of that. You know? It's just like we want to judge players based on adversity. I think we should be judging coaches in the same manner based on adversity. What are you able to get from your team?
Right.
And I think that's why a little bit of that shine that came off of her. I think that's why, a little bit of that shine that come off her because, like you said, a couple seasons ago, she was the hot name about being the women's coach in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. And then, like you say, she had, lukewarm success. And since she's been in Las Vegas, so they like, well, how good of a coach is she really? You're absolutely right, Clayton. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
And fellas, when we talk about the friction between the media and coaches and players, female coaches, I want to use Cheryl Reeves for an example. Her attitude is just, it's the worst to me. She's got that Belichick kind of fun humbug kind of, exterior. And to me, that lends itself to have a whole bunch of friction and stuff between her and the media. It's almost like her personality invites that, So, but I don't believe the woman in New York, I believe she has a great relationship with the media and fans.
And see, that's what I'm saying. All right, so this lady, Sandy, what is Brondello? She is more she's more like laid back and more reserved, right? And so that's why her personality and her demeanor is you wouldn't put her in the same category as you would like a Cheryl Reeves or a Becky Hammond, as far as like, or even like a Kim Mulkey, right? She's not as combative as those, and she's more liked because of that. You know what I mean? So is that a us problem or is that a her problem? Like, because like these women, like Cheryl Reeves got to be Cheryl Reeves, Becky Hammond got to be Becky Hammond. You know what I mean? So is that our problem as people, or is it theirs?
Well, I think Sandy has something going for her because she's Australian, right? So I think maybe there's a little bit of how she presents herself is a little bit different, just because culturally, she's more reserved and she's not as loud as the stereotype of the loud American is a stereotype for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And so I think she's got that going for her. I don't know what Cheryl Reeves' problem is, other than she's always been herself and unapologetically been herself, and that's fine as long as you're the Bill Belichick that can win and win and win. So maybe in a year or two, if they don't win the championship this year like they're supposed to do, when does the shine come off of Cheryl Reeves, right? And I just saw Retro Hairstylist brought up that the fact about Becky Hammond's, right? So she was in trouble 3 or 4 seasons ago with getting suspended because of that lawsuit with the pregnant player. We were talking about before we came online, right?
Right.
And so there was drama around that, and the Aces lost draft picks because of sanctions from the W and all that, right? Yes, she's got the championships now, but there is something going on, I think, in that locker room, because Kelsey Plum was like, "I'm out of here," and there seems to be some drama. So either they can smooth it out, or I think it's going to continue to deteriorate, and it's going to be something that she's going to have to.
Real quick, fellas. How long that coach been up with the Liberty? How long she's been there?
I think only a couple of years now, right?
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know she did play in the league though. She played with the Seattle Storm at one time, didn't she? She played in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did play in the league. Yeah, I'm not sure how long she's been a coach in New York though.
2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 3 years. So that's 3 years since our 3rd or 4th season.
Yes, and before that, she was with she did 7 years with the Mercury as coach.
And Jim, as far as Cheryl Reeves, right? If she don't win or whatever, she's got 4 championships already.
Yeah,
as a head coach. it's gonna be hard for her, Sean. You know, it's gonna be hard for her to.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
she's an institution, but yeah,
Yeah,
my question is how long, if really with the way the team is playing this year, you know, it's like who's going to challenge them for the championship, and if they don't win, you know, that's my question. Given the fact that they're the overwhelming favorite to win, and if they don't, then does the shine start to come off?
I don't know. It's gonna take. It'll have to take. She would have to have some consecutive losing seasons. It would really have to spiral down, in my opinion, for
Yeah.
it to really happen for her like that. That's just my opinion, but
Yeah, I think she got some equity built up
yeah,
because
she's well effective.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. So Tom said, "Come on, fellas, Jerry Sloan. I mean, Coach. Let me see what is Pat Riley. I mean, you know, Coach Larry Brown. Come on, fellas, what we doing here? Coach is supposed to bring structure, right? And that's true, Tom. And so they." But what we saying is like the double standard. Like when Jerry Sloan, everybody know that Jerry, you know, his personality and stuff like that. And just like Popovich, but they didn't get the kind of pushback that, you know, that the women coaches would get for not having, you know, like, and even in the chat, everybody is saying, like, even Kent said that, you know, we Fever fans, we love the Liberty coach. She cool. I think also, I think Retro says she like, you know, the Liberty coach too. And it's no coincidence that the Liberty coach she is, you know, like Jim said, she's Australian, she's foreign born, and she's not like these American coaches or more, you know, seem to be like more, I don't want to say combative, but they just more standoffish and have more of a contentious relationship.
Tom just brought up some heavy names in coaching, but you got to realize when these guys coach and the type of players they were coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was easier to have the hierarchy in place because I think players back then, especially during Pat Riley and Jerry Sloan days, they fell in line. They respected the coach. You wouldn't really hear too much about players going up the backstairs to talk to the owner or the GM the way it happens a lot now.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? If you was the coach, you was the unquestioned leader and everybody would get in line, especially if the star players was, if the star player, you know what I'm saying, gave them a stamp, everybody else fell in line. So
Right.
I think nowadays, man, the type of athlete is getting coached is different. And if things are going that way, if a coach cuss them out, make them feel uncomfortable, embarrass them, he going to talk to the GM. He's going to talk to the owner and like, man, I don't like that coach, him or me type thing.
Well,
you know,
I remember me and you having a conversation about Jerry Sloan and that kid, Andre, what's his name? Andre Karolenko. He was from Russia, AK, what do they call him? 47,
AK-47, yeah.
He didn't like the way Jerry Sloan talked to him, the way Jerry Sloan spoke to him, and he actually went to management and griped about it. And Jerry Sloan got man, like, you mean to tell me I can't cuss out my players? And that right there, that was the beginning of Jerry Sloan. Like that was like when it was the beginning of Jerry Sloan being on his way out of that Utah organization.
Darren Williams did the same thing too, Mike. Darren Williams did the same thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep, Darren Williams did the same thing. But see, when he played under Jerry Sloan, Darren Williams was spoke about being one of the top point guards in the NBA. I mean, for like 2 weeks, he was talking about being one of the top point guards in the league. But as soon as he rebelled and pushed back against the system, you see what happened to his career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just thought it was funny to, like after that, Sloan just because he had Karl Malone and he had
John Stockton.
And you could push those guys and get a positive response.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Pat Riley, you know what I mean? He could push his players and get a positive response. So like you said, it was the times.
Right. And you talk about all-time greats when it came to Pat Riley. You know what I mean? You talk about all-time greats when it came to Pat Riley. and he was getting Kareem face. He was getting Magic face. You know what I'm saying? Worthy, another one. He would get on them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, can you imagine a coach today? Like you can't get in LeBron, you can't get in these
No,
guys' faces like that. You
no,
know,
you can't. You got to tiptoe around everything. The coach can't even tell Zion Williamson to stop eating. He can't even tell him to stop eating. Alvin Gentry was down there, man. I think Alvin Gentry would have did so well for Zion, man, career. You know, early on, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that's professional, been around the game for years, man. But Zion,
And
nah, you know what I mean? I don't like him. He hurt my feelings.
And I'm surprised too because Zion's coming from my Coach K,
Yes.
and I'm surprised he has that kind of attitude.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, he didn't start gaining weight until after he left Coach K.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. But
yeah,
and Kent Carlson said Bobby Knight was always hilarious to watch. Yeah, Bobby Knight, man. Bobby Knight was one of a kind right there, man.
he used to tote that line. Bobby Knight toted that line.
He did. But
He did.
that guy Isaiah Thomas, though, that's his guy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So when you say Isaiah Thomas and Bobby Knight, you know that was his guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Steve Alford was did Bobby Knight and Steve Alford have a fractured relationship or a good relationship?
I don't know.
I
I'm not
don't
sure.
know. That's a good question.
I never heard
don't know. But you know, he was homegrown. You know, Steve Alford was homegrown. Yeah, he was from Indiana.
Yeah. So if he was homegrown, then Alfred probably already knew about him before he even went there.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah, I never heard Steve Alford have anything negative to say about Bobby
Yeah.
Knight. Yeah.
But I'm just curious, man, because this conversation, because is it really a talking point out there? Like, is it really these women coaches getting that double standard thing going on? Like, because I think it's an interesting conversation, but I don't really hear a lot of chatter surrounding that. You know?
I think you right, Clayton. And I think one of the reasons you don't hear it like being like a double standard because you don't hear about the women crossing over to coach the men. So I think in the women's game, they're not measuring them, you know, like comparing them to men's coaches because it's not like one of the women's going to make the jump over to the NBA, so they're not making a comparison. That's what I think. You know, that might play a part in why it's not, you know, front and center, and you know, or a talking point. You know what I mean? As you say, you know what I mean? Because they're not talking about crossing over. But I think if more women's coaches talked about making that jump, if you will, going to the men's game, you might see it brought up. You know what I mean? A little bit more. Yeah.
I think the casual fan still does not have the men's league and the women's league close to being on the same footing, right? So the men's league is still highly regarded. The women's league is still an afterthought, and so I think that the reason why there isn't a lot of talk about it, and to your point, Clayton, why there isn't a lot of controversy or discussion about that being a double standard is because people don't even think about it as being on the same level.
And it's if you think about it, it's accepted. You know what I mean? It's basically accepted without even a second thought. That's why I said, like, you know, like men, we automatically think that we know more about sports than women. That's number one. So we don't really think they, you know, a lot of times men don't really think that they're on the same level with women. So they kind of it's almost accepted when it comes to that, you know, in my opinion. And the reason why I came to that conclusion is, like I said, some of the responses we get when we speak about coaches, these female coaches, like everything they do is like second guess, in my opinion. Their decisions, like if you do something and you win, well, we won in spite of, not because of. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you do something and you lose, then we lost because of.
That's right. That's right.
But I have to say this, Mike. Are we taking certain situations and certain teams and blanketing that for all the women coaches, because we only cover a few teams and we're only second guessing a few things here, mostly on this channel when in the chat and stuff. It'd be about how dumb Stephanie White is or how she messing up the team. But when we start talking about the Cheryl Reeves of the world and stuff, we really don't go down that rabbit hole with them. You know what I'm saying? So are we taking that and blanketing it for all of them?
I thought about that, right? And so that's why I included the lady from New York, because she do have a different relationship with the with the media than some of the coaches. I didn't like some of the other coaches around the WNBA that I'm not familiar with that don't really get the amount of press. You know, they may not have that type of relationship with the
now. Now I know that I'm on record dragging USC's head coach, but it had nothing to do with her being a woman. It had everything with her running Juju into the ground and some of those decisions she was making. You know what I'm saying? But
but I'm and see, it's a double-edged sword. Like, so can we critique and criticize and still be like fair and objective? You know what I mean? So that I just want
with expectation come more scrutiny too. So if a team is not or a coach is not looked at to be as successful as another one, they're not going to be scrutinized for some of the decisions they make or they lack of success. You know what I'm saying? They won't be, because you wasn't expecting them to do for so much anyway. So.
So
hold on, real quick, gentlemen. I know I'm late to the party, right? Did y'all talk about the minority owner with the Celtics buying that team and talking about moving them to Boston? Did y'all speak on that?
Yeah, but the W trying to block it. They're not sure because they got cities that's already in line for expansion, and Boston's not one of them. So now the W is it's in deliberation. They're not sure if they're gonna let it go through.
Okay.
So the W wants to block a team from going to Boston.
Well, they're saying that it's almost like if you come and you jump the line, Mike. They're saying there's other cities right now that's in line for expansion. They got them all lined up. And this guy wants to buy the Sun and move them to Boston. That's where the conflict is coming in at. Boston jumping the line in a sense, getting a WNBA team, expansion team, while these other cities are waiting on the list.
But they wouldn't be expansion because they already existing franchise, right? So it wouldn't necessarily be an expansion,
right?
Because it's already existing franchise. But I see,
No. I mean, it would, because it's the Connecticut Sun, right? They're not in Boston, so the owner, I don't think they would block the sale, but they having a problem with them wanting to make it a Boston team.
Yeah.
They don't want them to move. They want to keep them up there. I feel you. You.
But because Boston ain't in line for expansion yet. Like, in other words, you got to wait your turn, that kind of thing.
Well, I don't know. I kind of agree with Retro, right? I think moving the team to Boston, I think that'll bring in a lot of revenue.
Absolutely.
You know.
And the money they just kicked out, boy, they need every dollar.
Right.
The money they just kicked out, they want every dollar,
That's what's making this report so surprising, that they're turning down a sale that's over $300-some million. That's great.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I think ultimately it's going to go through, Clayton. That's why I think ultimately.
I believe so too. I believe so too.
If it goes through, they probably want it. I'm sure the league and the owners want it to go through after the collective bargaining. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Because if it is, obviously that's a lot of money, and the marketplace is what the marketplace is. But that gives the players a little bit more leverage to say, "Hey, look, see how valuable we are."
I mean, do we really think the owners just don't want to give them no increase at all? Like, do we think the owners are that shrewd? Where
no, they'll give them. They'll give them more money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to give them nothing.
No, they'll give them more money.
I'm just asking.
This is the new villain me, right?
Yeah, I know they businessmen. I get it, Jim, but damn.
Yeah.
And if they do give them something, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? The lowest thing, you know what I'm saying, they can get away with. That's how they gonna do. You know? They're gonna give them the lowest they can get away with.
Right. Don't do this, don't do that. No, we can't let these women have no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Clay, don't give them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Clay, don't give
That's
them nothing.
cold, huh?
I say, don't give them nothing. They don't want to give them
That's
nothing.
cold blooded, right there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, you know, I can see the owner saying, "Hey, don't give them an extra chip."
Yeah.
Man, let me ask y'all this.
Yeah.
Let me ask
I
y'all
feel
this.
you. I feel you.
Do y'all think the players as a whole are together, or do y'all think it's a fraction?
Oh,
Sure.
There's always fractures, but I think
Always.
they're as united as just about any other league out there.
Yeah. They all are united in terms of we want more of a percentage of the red. They all united in that, but I do know players have different interests, different things driving them, and some players are in a better situation financially than others. So you might have level of
Hey,
desperation
Phil, I got
going on
dug out for a
different.
minute. I'll be right back.
All
Okay.
right, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that too, Clayton. I just think that, it depends on what, it's gonna be some fractures, but for the most part, because you can't get everybody to stay on code. And we spoke about like the different messages. You get one message from Fee and Stewie, and then you get Angel Reese coming in with something else.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let me see. Tom says the problem is the WNBA has one of the worst commissioners in any sports history, right? And so with her though, like it I don't know. She reminded me. Remember Gene Upshaw, and sometimes people used to question Gene Upshaw with the NFL. Like, whose side is Gene Upshaw on when it came to the NFL? He used to be the player rep for the
Player,
NFL.
yeah.
Gene Upshaw, and some of the decisions people used to question, like, man, whose side is Gene on? Is he working for the players or is he working for the owners? And sometimes with this lady, it seems like from the outside looking in at some of the decisions that she make seem more so like she with the owners than she is with the players.
Well, she is the commissioner of the league, so she got to be with the owners to some degree. Like that's like Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell represents the owners.
Yeah.
She represents the owners, but I just question, like, do she really understand what's really going to grow the league and what's growing the league? To me, those decisions are questionable in my opinion. Just like with this whole dildo thing, just like with everything that's going on, just like with the physical play, you have off-season meetings about flow of movement, not wanting the movement to be restricted, and then you put in these rules for that freedom of movement, and then when the league season starts, none of that is happening, and the commissioner is like they're not implementing anything. There's no I guess accountability in terms of officiating. There's no, it's things of that nature. So to me, I don't understand her decisions as far as that go. Like, you want your product to be really good. And it doesn't seem like that's an interest of hers. It seems like, just according to reports, because we don't know her personally, but it just seems like all the drama in the soap opera is more in her ballpark. She likes that. I even seen her in a business meeting one time on MSC, one of those stations where she's sitting there talking about the growth of the league, and she's steady leaning into some rivalry between Reese and Caitlin, as opposed to giving them real metrics on growth and what you're going to do moving forward, stuff like that. That's why the players got mad at her. After one of her statements came out, they was like, it was real irresponsible of her. So, I don't know if she was really ready for this. I don't know if it's easy to manage a team that's, playing in high school gyms or college gym, 4,000, when it's not ushered into the mainstream like that. It's easier. But now when you in that spotlight, and now you got, people investing, and now it's like, okay, what we gonna do to get returns. This turns into a whole nother job, a whole nother ball game,
The expectations are different.
Yeah, I don't know if she's the right one for it. We're gonna find out though.
Yeah, Retro, you see what Retro put in here, but she was twerking in the club.
Yeah. Yes, she getting down and dirty with the players, twerking and stuff. Yeah.
All right. I'm posting the link to that video, by the way. Oh wait, no, I can't do it. I don't have the permission. I'm gonna send it to you, Mike, and then you can post it.
All right.
Send that link to him, Jeff. Yeah, show that. That'd be great to show right there.
It's in the private chat.
Yeah.
Do she really make $5 million? That can't be true.
I mean,
I could be some, them coaches make pretty good money too.
In the WNBA, the coaches make good money?
They make pretty good money. Yeah.
Wow. Dang. Yeah. Let me see. All right, so let me see. Was David Stern working for Michael Jordan, or was he working for the good of the game? That's a good question.
I mean, there's a Venn diagram where there's kind of an overlap there, right? Because there is some things that working for Michael Jordan was also helping the good of the game. I mean, I think if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you could say they were a team, the NBA and Michael Jordan, so yeah.
Man, you crazy. Listen, Mike overstepped his boundary. Mike was the man, but he overstepped his boundary. David Stern was gangster. He had the mob. He had a mob kind of thing, right? He even when the referee had him being investigated and the government was investigating, he told the guy investigating him, I'm gonna have you work for me. You're doing a great job. To the point where dude had all his information and he flipped on the referee. David Stern let Mike know, you ain't getting none of that revenue off that. You're not blocking us from getting that.
Yeah.
When Mike tried to say, listen, we only want Nike to make money off my name, shit, David Stern put his foot down. Yeah. So I don't know if David Stern was working for Mike. I wouldn't say that. I know Mike was valuable to that league and David Stern understood it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he made sure I'm going to take care of what's bringing us this money, expanding this league. But David Stern, he was shrewd and he was a gangster. He came off all nice, when he was gangster, man. Yeah.
He was the tallest guy in the league at 5'11".
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they make a point about these WNBA coaches. You know who the highest WNBA coach is?
Who's that?
The dude at Phoenix Mercury. Guess how much he made?
1.2.
Yeah, 1.2.
Just saw that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Ken Carlson said, I think the Fever had to pay Sass almost $1 million. To
get her out of her contract?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cheryl Reeves makes $1 million. That's what Retro said. I didn't know that. I don't know why I was thinking that they probably was getting around the same as players. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the coaches I do think make more than the commissioner.
No, well, somebody just said in the chat she made 5.
I don't think she makes 5.
You don't think so?
What's her name?
Kathy Engelbert.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go.
I don't know, Nev. If I'm a player, I'm upset too. Everybody millionaires, everybody in the
Oh no, yeah, shit. They saying she make about $3 million annually. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So she getting a nice piece of change.
She makes just a little bit more than I do.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I heard that.
Okay, so they had Christy Size. Let me see what's that. Let me see. 2-year severance pay of $500,000 per year.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I
That
ain't know.
makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't. For some reason, I didn't even know that these women was making that kind of money. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
but let's talk about some preseason games. Jim, you get a chance to see any of those preseason games yesterday?
Oh, I watched a little bit of the Browns game, but second half. So
Yeah,
Shador had already done his thing.
yeah.
But I watched some highlights last night of Shador. He looked pretty sharp. Had a couple plays where that same criticism of not getting the ball off and taking a bad sack. And he's got a few things to work on, but overall he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Watched some of the Vikings game, which was super boring, but they did okay.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of the Chiefs game. Pat was, I think, of like all the starters that I watched yesterday, Pat was the only one that took his team down and scored. But that was only because when they got the ball first, and the only series he played was they got a turnover right away down in the red zone. So they just had to, they just had a couple of plays to score a touchdown.
To get it in there.
Yeah. I mean, everyone, it's preseason. Everyone plays vanilla. Nobody does anything crazy. And it was, it was pretty boring.
Yeah. What Tom said a lot of people are going to eat their words on Mr. Young Sanders for the Cleveland Browns. I told you he's going to start in week 3. Flacco is no Tom Brady.
He's going to break a hip out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched who I watched yesterday. I got a chance to see Shiloh Sanders. I think Shiloh looked pretty good. A few plays of the kid. What's the Heisman Trophy kid name?
Cam
Travis.
Ward? Or no, Travis Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter. I think he gonna have to stay on one side of the ball. I think he's just too small for me, and I'm not sure what side of the ball I would stick him on. But I seen them run at him once yesterday, and he dove at the guy's legs and missed, and the guy just ran around him.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about him being that small in the NFL, and some of them running backs coming downhill on him. Especially, he gonna be on that outside. That's gonna be tough.
Did he play with the ones?
No, not really. Not really.
Okay. I thought that dude, the Giants, everybody was saying how did he get drafted over Shador, the Dart kid.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked real good.
I saw some of his highlights. He threw some dimes.
He threw some dimes.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think Russell Wilson, I think he on a short leash in New York.
Yeah. And you know what? Because New York, the Giants played 3 quarterbacks. They gave 3 quarterbacks some time in that game. You know what I mean? So I'm like, they definitely don't have like their mind made up about nobody. They wanted to see how everybody looked.
Yeah, because Russell he ain't got no big contract or nothing. So it ain't like you gotta put him out there because it's costing you. But that dude Jackson thought he looked decent. Yeah.
Retro
and I
said
thought Witchcom moved around well. He didn't get many snaps, but Cam Ward.
Okay, Cam
I
Ward.
saw a little bit of him. Yeah. Yep.
Retro said she liked Joe Flacco.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, Retro. I'm in Baltimore. and they used to drag me for my Flacco love.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Flacco's a good guy.
he's a great guy, man. At
And-
least smart, you
and-
know.
And I think his grandkids love him.
Yeah,
I know
Flacco had
one.
been around. for a
I
minute.
know one thing. He got that big contract, boy. Him and his wife was having kids like rabbits, boy.
Yeah.
Flacco wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kent, that was well, I didn't see it in the game, but that was wild because I got up this morning, was looking at different things. Man, that in that Pittsburgh and
Yeah, Jacksonville.
game,
Yeah.
70 yards. That Cam Little, he's got a foot.
Yeah.
Man.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Like
70-yard field goal.
outside. It was outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, if you can kick a 60-yard field goal on a regular, that means that almost every time you touch the ball, you know what I mean, every time your team get possession of the ball, depending on where y'all get at on the you know, you and Frank, what's good? What's good? Welcome back to the chat, Frank.
Mhm.
That means that you and you know, you
Yes, sir.
score.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Hey, Frank. Jason wasn't ready for that for that bomb you dropped at the end of that segment. He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. He kind of caught Jason Whitlock
Yeah,
off guard with that.
God.
He came in hot with that one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, no
But I
doubt.
got to push back on them though. I don't agree with women. Women shouldn't be playing ball. I got to push back on that.
Yeah. Hey, Frank. Yeah, I'm gonna push back on you too, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push back on you.
Especially if he came up with us, Mike Gert Scott. I don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody tell me she wasn't born to hoop. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And grow. Everybody in Baltimore know who Gert Scott is.
Absolutely.
Everybody in Baltimore. Yeah. Let me see. Tom says the Patriots are not winning the Super Bowl, but they got a coach that is bringing structure. He's definitely like the Minnesota Lynx coach. What's that? Vrabel? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. Vrabel.
Yep.
Hey man, and they displayed that statue too for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Patriots probably they looking like they probably
they opened up with a kickoff return, didn't
they? Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's one of those trademarks of the Patriots in the Belichick era. They paid attention to everything. Special teams was a weapon for them. It wasn't just something casual. Mm-hmm. Special teams was intricate. I think Vrabel is how you say his last name?
Vrabel, right?
Vrabel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of that in him. You know, that Patriot way, that, you know, details, do your job. Special teams is vital. It's important.
Yes.
So,
yeah, that's just like the second generation. You know what I mean? Like coming not directly behind Belichick, but it's still like that same type of mindset, like you said, Clay. Like do your job, and yeah, man. Yeah.
And I thought Drake May looked good. I didn't know he was that athletic.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I saw. God, what did I see? Was it First Things First? I think it was one of those First Things First lists where they were talking about the top coaches that could still, you know, beat the heck out of anybody, and it was the top coaches that you wouldn't want to fight.
Oh, okay.
And the top two were Vrabel and Dan Campbell, which absolutely those guys are beasts.
They big. It's some big boys.
Yeah.
It's some big.
They may be my age, but man, they could throw down.
They big boys.
I remember Wichicom had that reputation as a coach you ain't want to see. What was the guy, the big tuner from they said he would mix it up with his players from time to time.
Parcells?
Yeah.
Parcells.
I can see Parcells talking a big game, but I don't, you know.
Yeah, they said he would mix it up with his players. Bill Parcells.
I mean, I know he didn't take much shit off people, but I saw some feminine energy in him personally. Nothing against. I mean, I did. I really did. I really did see feminine energy in him.
He didn't strike me as physically imposing.
Not at all.
Like Dan Campbell.
He just struck me as a guy who just, he was a no nonsense guy. I mean, it wouldn't work out for you well though if you was the guy that hit him or something like that.
Well, no, not at all.
It wouldn't work out for you well at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, but yeah.
Man, did you guys see in the Chargers game, in the Cowboy game, dude on the sideline? It might have been CeeDee Lamb. I'm not sure.
It was CeeDee Lamb.
Ran into the ref ran into him. I said, Lord, Dallas stay in the headlines. There's always something.
Yeah.
So what happened? The ref ran into him?
I need man
on the field.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I need E-Man to come and give his take on that because that was hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. So CD wasn't even suited up, right? He's just in street clothes on the sidelines, and I forget who threw the pass. It was like a 70-yard touchdown or something like that. And he's getting all excited because he's coming down the sidelines, and he turns his back as he's celebrating, but he's standing right in the lane where the side ref is running down following the play. And of course the side ref, he's watching the play. He's not looking what's right in front of him. And the camera is right behind CeeDee Lamb. and you see the background of the field and the play developing, and CeeDee's all, of course, CeeDee's got his back to the ref that's coming down. The ref's not looking. He's looking up, and bam! Just knocked him out.
Yeah, but that kid didn't look too bad at quarterback. He put some numbers up. I don't know his name, Jay Milton or something. What's his name? He had good stats. He had a pretty good stat line.
Joe Milton?
Yeah, Joe Milton. Yeah. He had a pretty good stat line for Dallas. Can we get a quarterback controversy in Dallas?
Hell no.
No.
Dak's the man.
Yeah.
They lost to the Rams yesterday too.
Yeah.
But if you lose in the preseason, do you really lose?
Right. Yeah. They more so evaluating and looking at people and stuff like that. Let me see.
I'm curious, Jim and Mike. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that running back in Buffalo, because he's nice, and I think this is the last year's contract. But I'm surprised he ain't already asking for an extension or something. You know what I'm talking about, James Cook?
Yeah.
He's nice. Yeah, he real nice. So
you think he might want, because he not asking you? You think he might want out, or he think he can go somewhere else?
I don't know. Yeah, one thing I respect about his situation, he ain't making no noise. He ain't making no noise, and he ain't holding out. But to me, he's an intricate part of what Buffalo does. I know Josh run the football, but when you got both of them being able to run the football like that, that's huge for them. To me, that makes the defense work and everything. So, yeah. But,
So we got somebody here trolling saying the Browns gonna win the Super Bowl.
Man need to be on here and hear that. We got into a huge debate over the Browns and their talent. Man.
Yeah. I do think the Browns had talent. I just think they, you know what I mean? Like a lot of other teams, I just think, like a quarterback, a franchise quarterback can turn around a lot of different programs,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just turn around a lot of
coaching. And a sound running game, especially to me, when you got a sound running game like that, like the Browns had.
Right.
It's just a matter of taking care of the football.
Yeah.
That defense and that running game. And that's what, and I know you guys gave Baker all this praise, but I was one on record. I'm like, Baker, he threw some touchdowns last year and everything, but he also threw 16 picks.
Right.
This is synonymous with him.
Yeah. If you coach, you gotta really you gotta manage Baker in a way where as though you won't put him in a position where And it's hard to do because you know that like the opposition gonna try to do, you know, they can try to put him in those type of situations.
And Baker is a riverboat gambler. Baker plays aggressive.
Yeah.
Baker got this attitude and this confidence. He ain't getting caught up on the bad play or the interception. He's gonna throw that ball and he's gonna take chances. And that's one thing you kind of got to do to have success is be a risk taker. So I don't know. I just I'm not sold on this whole Baker being one of the top 10 quarterback. I'm not sold on that just because of his turnovers.
Yeah. I mean, I could buy that. But also, like somebody said in the chat one time, right, that Tom Brady is one of the greatest like game managers. And I think I agree with that. I think you know you have to know when to be able to take risks and not put your team in a position where they'll, you know, like in a hole where y'all gonna have to dig out of it, you know.
And I think Joe Montana was an even greater one.
Yeah. So, but a lot of times they give game managers. It's almost like if somebody call you a game manager, they look down on you.
Yeah, that's the quarterback's job.
Right.
That is the quarterback's job.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I think the term is used because the person using it is trying to say something negative without saying he's not flashy and he's not athletic.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm with you, Clayton. That it should be a positive thing.
Oh yeah.
To be a game manager. Because if you're winning, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's exactly what matters. Yeah, man. They was out there picking on Travis, boy. Yeah. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's small.
He is small. That's what I'm saying.
He lighting the ass. He lighting the ass.
You know, like, he's not even as big as Deion. You know what I mean? Remember Deion Sanders? Right. Deion, he was serviceable as far as like when it came to making tackles, you know. But you know, this kid Travis, man, he light and they're gonna run to his side. So
Yep.
I think Shiloh. I seen Shiloh, you know, like you can do some different things with Shiloh. I seen them use Shiloh as like, you know, like on the blitz yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you can blitz a quarterback with Travis, you know, at 100 and, you know, can you see him blitzing that quarterback up in Buffalo? What's that guy up there that's running people over?
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You know, how you going to
I tell you what, though, I know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He's so light. But I found it interesting that nobody threw at Travis yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That says something.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think they said he was out there for 8 plays on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 defensive snaps, yep.
And only 5 they threw his way.
They did throw 5 his way?
What was that? It was 5. Maybe it was just 5 of them were. I don't know that they threw at him. I saw some stat. He was out there for 8 plays. 5 of them were pass plays, I think.
Yeah, 5 coverage snaps. So in other words, it was 5 where he was just in coverage.
Yeah. 1
he had a missed tackle and stuff like that. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
He caught the ball, he held on to the ball.
Yeah.
But just 2 receptions. Huh?
How many receptions did he have?
Just 2.
Oh, okay.
But it was only 2 targets also. So
yeah.
2 for 2, 9 yards.
Yeah, that ain't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, preseason, huh?
Yeah, I think he need to focus on one side of the ball though.
Which side would you give him?
I wouldn't give him that defense though, because I wouldn't put him on the defensive side. You could run at him, and then if you put a big physical, like anybody in the slot that's physical, that's just like posting them up. And then if you put him on the outside with one of those big wide receivers that's physical, yeah, this college is this, it's gonna be tough.
But wasn't somebody talking about his inability to run all the routes on the tree?
He gonna have to learn.
Somebody mentioned it here on the chat.
That was
in one of the live streams.
Yeah, that was one of the knocks on him, was him having trouble with the being on time and running good routes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we've talked about that with man. But I think it's like route running that's something you can get better at, though, right? You know what I mean? You could get better at route running.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I think he, with his speed and athleticism and stuff, and the fact that he can catch, I would like him out there on that corner. I know you're saying he light, you can run at him, but
now were you on the defense? You said on defense you're like
cornerback. Yeah, I like him out there on that corner.
Yeah.
Because I think with his speed and athleticism, he can be a good cover corner.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He can cover. I'm just saying against that run, though.
Yeah, but if your cornerbacks is if you get into that level, you got a bad run defense, period. Like, I don't know.
That second level.
Yeah.
Or the third level, really.
Yeah. But he does look small out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man. I mean, who's going to win that AFC South?
Who won it last year?
Houston.
Yeah, Houston ain't going nowhere.
Tennessee's rebuilding. Jaguars are rebuilding.
Yeah.
Colts can't find an identity, and they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that division is Houston's to lose. Look for them to be back in the postseason unless something catastrophic happen with them. Yeah. But the interesting division this year is the AFC West.
You said the AFC West?
Yeah.
With Denver coming up, and we'll see how the coach does it out there in LA, and then with what's his name coming to the Raiders. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
And Denver is a good team. They went to the playoffs last year. Yeah. Denver going to be a monster.
Yeah,
their defense was ranked high. They're going to be a monster. And that kid Bo Nix, he can play. Yeah, he really can play.
Yeah,
yeah. Somebody predicted that this will be the year that the Chiefs don't win a division. Not that they won't make the playoffs.
It was me. I said they weren't gonna.
You said it too, yeah. But I'm saying you said it too. But somebody in the media said it this week. They was predicting that. Denver was going to win that division.
They're just repeating what I said.
You know what? I'm with you, Jim. That's what it is.
Yeah, they got one of them hot takes.
But Jim, I'm gonna give you this. You was talking about Dallas. You felt like I'm gonna say this, man. I think this Schottenheimer guy. I think he's going to be a decent head coach.
Yeah.
Just listening to some of the things he wanted to do offensively. Now, it was talk. But, yeah, I think he's going to be a decent offensive head coach. I mean, a decent head coach. I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like him just because he grew up a few miles away from me.
You got that bias going. But, I mean, he come from good pedigree.
Yeah.
Pedigree. Marty. It's good pedigree,
Yeah, I used to dig Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And that running back out in Vegas, man, I want to see how Ashton does in the AFC West running against the Chiefs and the Chargers, and I like that kid Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he's a rookie though, so. Give him some grace.
But
running back is one of the easiest positions to transition.
Yeah, those skills translate at every level.
At every level, yeah, that's true. Got to be able to pick up. That's the main thing with the running back. You got to be able to pick up the blitz. That's enough. That's crucial. That decides whether you getting minutes and snaps or you're not. The running and all that is great, but if you can't pick that blitz up, your ass gonna be on that bench for real.
Yeah.
And I thought the dude for Cleveland did a great job picking up that blitz the other night when Shador's second touchdown pass. Man, he timed that perfect. Shador got good pocket presence.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
The kid got great pocket presence.
I agree with you.
The highlights I saw, he slid to the right
perfectly.
Really well.
Like a baseball player.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just that thing. Like a lot of times, that's why Tom Brady was so effective. It was like, that's why he didn't need to be so agile and mobile. It's just when a guy rushing with all the speed, it's just the slightest movement. Just move slightly and you throw that rusher off. Yeah. You know, and Shador saw him coming. He just stepped to the side, running back, just picked him up, and then he gunned that thing. That's the thing right there. That's the skill. And to me, I know I always go back to Lamar. Lamar doesn't do that for me. He doesn't. Lamar starts doing all that stuff and spinning around. Don't get me wrong, he'll create a broken play, and it's exciting to watch. But all that ain't necessary. All you got to do is take one slight step, and let it go. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean that's sometimes when you had that type of physical talent, then that's your go-to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you said, like if you could step to the side, sometimes, like you step to the side, but instead of stepping to the side, sometimes he might just take off, or.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say that's why I always say Lamar is a fantastic football player.
Yeah.
But I just would rather have somebody else in the quarterback position. I would have Lamar doing other things for me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's so electrifying. But it's all good though. He's making it work. You know, he got his coach behind him. John Harbaugh said he's historically great as a passer.
Yeah.
Just because his stats was good. Man, I tripped off. Yeah. He said
he saved Harbaugh's job.
Yeah, he did. But let them not have no success. I mean, how much more will the Ravens continue with all this talent and not getting there and getting knocked out of the playoffs early and stuff like? How long is that going to go?
Well, didn't we say a couple weeks ago? We said this season right here is like a do or die for them. You know what I mean? Like it's this season right here is I mean it's Super Bowl or bust if you ask me. With the talent they have and the season he's coming off, and he's been there so many different times. You know, he so many. You know, it's Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
Well, according to Retro Hairstylist, this is the year it's bust.
Yeah, because it's a Cleveland Brown year.
Yeah. Hey Jim, who's that wide receiver that got suspended up there in the Vikings?
Addison. Yeah.
What's his deal? What happened?
He got some. Was it PEDs or was it some other drugs? Yeah, it was. Yeah. What was that? Edison. Yeah. Let me look that up real quick. 3 games for violating the league substance abuse policy. There was a 2024 drunk driving arrest. That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, DUI. Yeah, you're right. DUI. I did hear that. Yeah. Now, how intricate was he?
Oh, I mean, he's He was absolutely the number two
receiver.
with Justin Jefferson and him last year were lights out. Yeah.
Wow. So do you think your team does that hurt Minnesota? They take a step back?
I think several things make them take a step back. I think looking at JJ, I think it's going to be a slower progression than I was hoping for. I think they're going to.
So he's not healthy yet.
I think he's healthy. I've not been super impressed in the preseason, and I think with the resurgence of the Packers and the juggernaut that is the Lions, I think they're going to have a hard time making the playoffs this year. They're definitely going to beat up on Chicago because Chicago is a mess still. But yeah, it's an up. I'm setting the bar a little low for the Vikings this year.
Okay. You know they're gonna blame it on McCartney and letting Sam Darnold get out the door. You know that.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I was gonna give the Vikings credit for making the right decision, and hopefully that they will be proved right. But yeah, I'm worried.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, bro, you're gonna have to go get with that. What you want you to do?
Power wash the house, man.
You're gonna have to go get with it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what, Mike? I got to go power wash the deck myself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get back to this story right here, man. Like my battery going. I'm in a new location, so I don't keep my battery on the charger when we do this anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
You guys gonna watch any games today?
Yeah, it's 2 games coming on today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to watch them.
It's gonna be background. It's gonna be background for me. I ain't gonna probably be into it now.
Yeah, I'm
trying
try
to get some this now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch some football.
Yeah. The only crazy thing about this weekend is that 70-yard field goal won't count against the record.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hit one during the season?
Yeah.
Man, I have him kick one every week.
We're gonna hit one during the season.
We get the ball.
I swear
at least on the 35.
And that didn't just squeak by either. He could have hit that from about 73 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
What's the record? Don't Justin Tucker got the longest?
66, yep.
66. Yeah, this kid gonna break that. And they're gonna flash back to the preseason and watch.
Yeah.
I've seen this story before. Tell him. Seen this before. Guarantee you, he gonna hit one during the season. Yep.
And the story of the year won't be a guy named Cam Ward. It'll be Cam Little.
Cam Little.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be Shedeur Sanders.
Well, for the top story for a guy named Cam will be Cam Little.
Yeah. They got everybody. You know, the Shedeur situation is just like Lamar's situation. Very similar. Nobody wanted him. He fell in the draft. Ravens came back up and got him. But it's like he needed to change position. NFL GMs coming out making these anonymous reports against them. So it's the same story. This is what I was trying to say to Man yesterday, Mike. These are the things that they create. The media works in conjunction with the league, and you create these redemption type stories. Shedeur, he's gonna watch what I'm telling you, man. You watch.
So do you agree with Tom that by week 3 he's gonna be starting?
I can see it. Yeah. And I just want to say this to Tom. Yeah, nobody, we're not saying nobody's saying Joe is, the greatest thing in sliced bread spreading them, but Joe has a Super Bowl and Joe has experience in Kevin Stefanski's system. And them 5 games when he came in and played, he lit the league up. That's why he won comeback player of the year. But of course, Joe Flacco is not your answer. And of course, a quarterback, one of them young quarterbacks come and play well, they can take the job. There ain't no question about it.
Yeah.
And I could see Shador starting at some point. And it could be early in the season. You never know. But I've seen this story before. That's all I'm saying. And it's a great one. Gives the media something to talk about, fans something to talk about, makes people feel it's a feel-good story. So
what were Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel's injuries?
Hamstring was one.
Okay.
And I think they both had leg stuff going on.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But then you got to add on this. Deion Sanders' health. You think it's a coincidence all of a sudden he comes out and announced he had some type of cancer? He ain't tell nobody. But then it comes out. Football season is here.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm not saying Deion don't have it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He's into the storyline.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's all, so. Yeah, man. We're going to get some more Deion in our face this year.
Yeah.
Be ready for it. Yep.
Yeah, I think both his sons are going to do well in the league. I think Shiloh and Shador are going to do well in the league.
Yeah, I don't know much about Shiloh. I ain't watched him real heavy, but
I saw, I think they're going to do something. Especially, I like him down there in Tampa Bay anyway with that coach that's in Tampa Bay, Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him down there. Yeah. So,
hey, bro, Jackson Dart took a hit on the blitz and dropped that thing in the bucket.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you, man, this kid, he got size like Josh Allen. He ain't as thick as Josh, but he got size like he can run. And when he run, he ain't sliding. He breaking tackles. I don't know, bro.
Here's a quick question for you guys. I know we're wrapping up, but
yeah.
Do you guys ever remember an era or a time where we've had this high level of quarterbacks throughout the league?
I don't think so.
These guys, the new guys and the veterans, the level of quarterback play in this league is, I don't think there's ever been a time where it's been this good.
Nah, I think you're right. I like it too. I think it's good for the league.
Well, is it so I don't want to sound like a downer, but they are talented kids and everything. But is it that they're that good, or is it that all the league changes and the NFL adopting a lot of new systems? They're coming into the league and they're not really having to really adjust to an NFL game. A lot of these NFL teams are playing like a college pro set type of offense, like Cliff Kings. What's his name? Cliff
Kingsbury,
whatever. It's like you bringing these guys in, and I just think with the wide open field, you can run across the middle of the field. The league changes.
Good point.
I think it's making it favorable for great offense.
Yeah,
and these quarterbacks are being able to flourish a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Not saying that they're not talented; they are extremely talented.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. No, that's a great point.
It's almost getting to the point where you're seeing like 7-on-7 drill, where it's all like you can't really. So I mean, it's like in the NBA, like it's easier to score now in the NBA than it was back in the
back in the day.
Yeah. So yeah.
But here again, they are talented though. They coming in with skill sets that's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But anyway.
All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all.
Always enjoy you guys. Yeah.
Let me see. Appreciate time. Appreciate retro hairstylist Kent Carlson. Frank the Pope.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. See, who else was here? Retro was here. Tom Kent. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Jim, we got to keep telling my Mike need to reach out to Jason Whitlock because Whitlock he's putting on content. Mike, you need to go ahead, but you got to go on there and defend Caitlin. That's what you got to. That's what he want. So you got to debate him on Caitlin Clark, man.
I go in there. I defend Paige Beckers.
Okay, well, go do that. Yeah, that's what's up. But y'all, man, y'all enjoy y'all day, man.
Yeah, you too, man. Y'all go and watch some football.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open here.
Yep, I got to get going on some honeydews myself.
Yeah, me too.
Man,
Man.
it's so great to live alone. It is so great to live alone.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you. But you know, enjoy what you guys have. It's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. Yeah.
All right, man. Everybody make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment and we'll check y'all out next Saturday.
Hey, and peace to everybody in the chat. If y'all looking for a good read, go to Amazon. Type in my Trauma, My Love Letter to the World by Clayton Jones. Check it out. It's real personal. It's real honest. And it's going to have you reflecting on some things. Peace out.
Peace.